You may know me, my personality a little bit, but all of that came from somewhere. Not just from my experiences, but from my parents. My full name is Jesse Sakay Correa. And you can't forget the Correa, my family name. Correa. Juan Christopher Correa. This is half of where I came from. The other half was busy. Now, we have to remember our parents. And yes, they gave us the gift of life. They allowed us to be here. They are what make up our gene pool on the basic level, and our personality, and our first experiences of life on the higher level. Now, my dad, he had an incident in his life before I came into existence. He had a bad relationship coming out of college, and he made some choices that he's not so proud of. And his girlfriend and he became pregnant. And he knew that the relationship wasn't going to last that much longer, but they had this baby. And his girlfriend said, either I abort this baby or you marry me. And my dad looked at this and he said, why can't we do anything else? Why can't we have this child, put it up for adoption, or I'll adopt the child. I'll pay child support, I'll do anything, but please, not that. And again, she said, no, it's either we abort the child or we marry. And my dad, he's not proud of this, but he did choose to abort this child. But then years later, he met my mom at his job, Alliance Science and Technology. And they fell in love. And they eventually married and had me. But when my dad first told me this story, I thought, what if that child, that first child, was me? And think about all of you who are existing. What if that child was you? Right now, an abortion is a huge issue today. And so many babies are aborted every year. And think about how all of us we're alive because our parents were willing to take care of us, to love us enough to bring us into existence, even though it came with money, a lot of money. Think about how so many of our parents are struggling to pay for our private high school, if you go to a private high school, and our universities when we reach that age. Think about how much food they put on the table. Think about how much hardship that they hide from you just so you can be happy. They gave us life. And now another thing. My parents, they had me when they were early 40s or something. Late 30s. Okay. They're not that old. And they couldn't have another child after me, no matter how much they wanted. They couldn't have another child. And my dad and my parents were so frustrated at this. For a couple of years, they were pretty disappointed about it. They really wanted another child. But we have to remember that all of us were meant to be, and everything was meant to be exactly how it has played out. Every event in our lives, every event ever, came together as a recipe to create us. Every ingredient, everything was put in place to make each individual. Out of all the possibilities in the world, out of the billions and billions of genes that we have, we were created. God chose to make us. Our parents brought us into life. God thought that we needed life. And we must be grateful for that. After all, life is good. Think about, through all the suffering, there's always love, there's always happiness out there. Life is good. Our parents, they made us, brought us into a world of evil and of good. But no matter how much evil, there's always good to counter it. All that love, makes life what's worth living. Now, I want you guys to remember, next time someone asks you who you are, or just what's your name, remember where that name came from. Okay? Peace be with you.